Hey everybody! I hope you watched the video before this. It's one of my favorites. And so we saw in the video, combining like terms is something that we do all the time. We don't say, I want 2 burgers and 1 fry and 1 burger and 2 sodas and 3 fries. Not unless we want to really annoy the person at the counter at the food place. So, we usually consolidate and say how many total burgers we want. And that's combining like terms. Okay. Here you can see the same idea, but with the distributive property. That's something that you have here. You can, if you have a number outside parentheses, you can multiply it by all the numbers inside the parentheses. Okay, I knew a teacher once who said you can rainbow it in. Just rainbow it in. And that's what he meant when he would say that. But so basically, if you have a combo meal that's 2 burgers, 1 fry, 1 drink, if you have a 2 outside, you're saying, I want 2 of those combo meals. Okay, you're going to get 4 burgers. You're going to get 2 fries, and you're going to get 2 drinks. And that's how they're going to make it. Okay, so that's distributing and combining like terms. And the like terms basically, if you look at the definition here, oh yeah, and then I saw this, I was like, whoa, look at that, page 1 of 23, yikes. But so all you're doing in this very long lesson is simplifying expressions by distributing and combining like terms, okay? So the first half of the lesson, you do it with all whole numbers, positive and negative, so integers. The second half, you do it with fractions. If you look at the definition of combining like terms, it says adding or subtracting the coefficients of the variables of the like terms using the distributive property. That's quite a mouthful. But what they're saying there is if you have 2x plus 3x, what you are going to do is add the numbers and say that's how many x's I have. I've got 2 x's here, I've got 3 of them here. Altogether, I'm going to have 2 plus 3 of those x's, or 5 of them. Okay, 5x means 5 times x. It also means this, x, 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 x. Hey, I've got 5 of those x's. Okay. The definition of a like term down here, terms whose variables and exponents are the same. Okay, that's really, really important. Make sure you have that written down. All right, let's do a problem here. This one is from your quick check. It's item 3. Okay, it says simplify 2a minus 4b plus 7 plus 8a plus 6b minus 2. Okay, I'm going to use the commutative property here. Some people do this by just circling things, or maybe you could highlight things. That would be cool. Break out your highlighters. I'll show you that in a minute. But what the commutative property says is that I'm allowed, well, let me rewrite the minus as plus and negative. Okay, remember subtracting is the same as adding the opposite. Now that everything's addition, I'm allowed to add in any order I want. So I can add the 2a plus the negative 4b plus the 6b. I forgot the 8a. Let me just write that over here. I can add that first. Plus 8a. Okay. Let's see. I've got the 2a. I've got the negative 4b. I've got the 8a. I've got the 6b. Okay. Plus the 7 plus the negative 2. Okay, and then the associative property says I can associate these together. Hey, I've got 6 of those. No, not 6 of them. I've got 8. I get 2 more. I guess that's 10. 10 of them there. Add the coefficients. Okay, and then you got to remember some of your integer math here. Look, you've got negative 4b plus 6b. If I add the coefficients, I have negative 4 plus 6. That's going to be positive 2. Okay, and if you're not sure about this integer stuff, do it in a calculator. You don't want to miss it understanding the algebra, but not really remembering how the integers work. So 7 plus negative 2 is positive 5. Okay, so that's using the, sorry, I associated these two and then I associated these two. Commutative property says I can write them in any order I want. Associative property says that I can, add them two at a time, any two that I want together. Okay, so I chose to associate the ones that were the like terms, the same variable. All right, they were both burgers or both fries or both drinks. Let's do one with fractions. Okay. All right. This fraction one looks disgusting, but it's actually not that bad. Okay, check it out. Here, let me show you how you could do this with a highlighter. I'm going to highlight the like terms in the same color. Okay, those both have x as their variable. Look at these. These both have y as their variable. Now I'm going to rewrite using the commutative property. 3/10 x plus 3/10 x. Okay, now I'll add the y's. I'll go ahead and write those in yellow. Plus 1/6 y plus 3/6 y. Okay, and now hopefully you're noticing what I'm noticing and really super happy about, which is that we have a common denominator already. Yay! Okay, look at the x. You're going to have, if you add, let me associate these with each other. Add those together. They're like terms. They have the same variable x. X is not raised to any power, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, x and x squared, by the way, are not like terms. Those are not terms that we can combine. You have to have the same exponent. So, if they have the same variable, I know the common denominator is 10. It's going to stay the same. I'm going to add the numerators, 3 plus 3. Okay, so I get 6/10 x, and I don't know if you can see the answer here, but it looks a little different, and that is because they simplified it. So it is because they have simplified the fraction into lowest terms. So if you divide by 2 in the numerator and the denominator, you will get their answer, which is 3/5. Hold on just a sec. Okay, so they've simplified that, and that's why they have 3/5 x. Okay, it's the same as 6/10. Let's do the y's now. All right, let me get my yellow. So I'm going to associate these two together. I'm going to add them together. So the denominator will still be 6, and then I'll add the 1 plus 3, add the numerators, and we get 4/6 y. And that one is simplified too. Let me do this this is going to be my simplifying color. Remember that when we simplify, we divide the numerator and denominator by their greatest common factor. Here it's going to be 2 again. It isn't always 2. Just happens to be 2 in both of these. So we get 2/3 y, and again, this guy here was 3/5 x. So all together, we have 3/5 x plus 2/3 y. And that's it. That's how you do it. All right. Good luck, you guys.